This man here. That's what in the
What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew. Come at you guys with another rendition of the What's the Word Dirty Bird. We do this every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the usual suspects with us, the heavy hitters, and my boy down low just popped in. Twisted Torch TV. What's going on, man?
How y'all doing, man?
Hey, we good, man. I appreciate you joining me tonight. Like I said, I got the whole crew with me tonight. Hey, we getting ready for the season. Y'all know how we do it. As Twisted always say, it's about to be a movie. Introduce yourself to my stage.
right. That's all I got to say.
The sixth man.
Si, senor.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
I ain't gotta reveal shit. Y'all already know who it is, but your boy K Styles. Jew Talk Sports on What's the Word Dirty Bird. Caw-caw! 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 That's the Dirty Bird, baby.
And y'all know to the bottom right-hand side, we got my boy, the Mad Scientist, a.k.a. Mad Mike Sports.
Boy, shoot 100 rounds. Don't play with him. That's all I got to say. Y'all better recognize.
And of course, right below me, just popping in, is your boy Twisted Torch TV, aka Jumpman T. What's going on, dog?
Hey, man, I'm just happy to finally be able to talk sports with Jew Talk, Six Man, and Mad Mike. There's been a lot of crazy information that's came out. I had a good time Sunday. I need to discuss it with the group. I know y'all anxious to hear what I got to say. And the fans, just wait. It's coming.
All right, man. We're going to jump right into the chat really quick and say what up to everybody. Tell Sports and Gaming what's going on, man. Yeah, we got the whole crew tonight. What's good? He says, this must be an old picture because I know full well nobody's wearing number 11. He must be talking about the picture of the training camp. Yeah, nobody's wearing Julio's number, even though
Julio.
Who?
No.
Julio. Mr. Motivator, what's happening, man?
What's good, Mr. Motivator?
Xavier, what's going on? Yeah, man, we got everybody tonight. Joseph Thornton in the chat. What's going on, y'all? And with that being said, Atlanta Nation in the building. Miss Asia Green in the building. As always, Asia Green. Yeah, that's one of the moderators. What's going on, Asia?
Take a bow for the lady. That's what I do.
We got Raymond in the building. What's going on, man? So, man, we're going to jump right into it, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight because football is upon us. Training camp is upon us. So I think we're going to start with training camp talk because then it's going to get real hot and heavy. But we're going to start with training camp. Your boy Jumpman T was there on his birthday at the practice. So I think we're going to go ahead and start with Jumpman T, Mr. Twisted Torch TV. And we're going to talk training camp and just tell us, man, what you seen, man. He got the live report, and he was actually there on his birthday checking out the team in person. So, man, what did you see at training camp, Twisted Torch? Inform us of what you saw, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons first as an organization. These guys had literally go-karts coming to pick up fans from their cars to drive them all the way to the front entrance. That I don't know if that's boss status, but it seemed like it's boss status to me. back and forth. A bunch of fans were there. Everything was $1. I go back. Go ahead. What you got?
Rewind that again. VIP status.
Every fan literally gets picked up at a go-kart, bro. You literally wait where you parked at. They take you to and from your car. Boss status. Everything in concession is $1. Everything in concession is $1.
You see the eyebrow just went up, right?
Okay, you know I had to get some hot dogs, some fries, a good drink to feel good. for that Sunday practice. I ain't gonna lie to you. Good access to the fans. The players, unfortunately, they couldn't, do autographs and everything like that because of COVID. And I totally understand that. I'm cool with that. But as far as the practice, those two people in the background of Mad Mike know what they do. I can tell you that right now. They are legitimate leaders.
Wow. That's what I wanted to hear from Grady. Oh, my God.
Legitimate leaders, bro. Grady, he shouts out his team. He makes sure he's the first one. Matt Ryan was leading in sprints. He trying to get faster. He wants people to know that he's the captain. That's why the C is on his chest. He ain't got to with the lineman.
All right, the police sirens. I gotta hold you up. I gotta put you in the back of the car for a second. Did you just say Matt Ryan led him in sprints?
He was top 3 throughout the sprints, my brother. Top 3 throughout sprints. Each sprint.
But Matt Ryan can't run. What do you mean he led him in sprints?
Effort.
Wow.
Effort. That's what he led in, effort. Sprints at the end of the practice. So some players are tired more than others. He showed his effort. He showed his grittiness. He showed why he's the captain. That's what I like about Matt Ryan. Let's get into it to practice. Matt Ryan only missed one pass from what I saw. That was one to Kyle Pitts where he was giving Kyle Pitts a chance. You know how he likes to throw his tall receivers up, make them go get passes and see what he can do in the game with them. So, that's just him building his chemistry. It was a little bit high. Kyle Pitts got his hands on it. He should have been caught. Kyle Pitts will catch that 7 out of 10 times, majority anyway, as you saw the next day with the spectacular catches he was doing. So that's key. Matt Ryan is key for this offense, guys. He looks perfect. He looks like he knows the playbook. He looks like him and Arthur Smith are gelling well as far as OC and QB. Let's get into these backs. We got a 3-headed monster. I ain't gonna lie to you. All of them can catch out the backfield. I'm trying to tell you now. They had Mike Davis catching passes. As you know, we know he was top 5 in breaking tackles after catching the ball. So we already know he can catch. I didn't know Allison could catch like that. Allison can catch now, guys. I know y'all saw that play Fourier made, but that's because he's trying to catch with his hands. He's working on hands. He ain't working on catching with his chest. He's trying to catch with his hands. So that's a key for me as a running back. Cordell Patterson. Guys, that man is gonna be a lightning rod for this offense. Whenever we need a play, they might put Cordell Patterson in the game to get 5 to 10 yards, maybe 20 yards. He can turn a 5-yard play into 20 easily. He is that monumental as far as how they trying to make him be in this offense. Like, he has a set of plays they're gonna have for Patterson: screens, dump balls, run. He was even running the ball. He looked good running the ball, guys. He's a big guy. I didn't know he was that big. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. So I think the backs are going to be key, all 3 of them. And we got Hawkins. He's a little speedster, but I want to see how he does as far as preseason. We'll look forward to him. I saw him carrying the pads earlier. Miss Maggie in the background. What it do, Miss Maggie?
Hey, I'm getting ready to go next, so I'm just coming in to say hello, everybody. Hello. Y'all probably see me doing some karaoke last night. Now, I interrupt y'all all the time. I don't care. I'm the boss. So, yeah.
Anime, get your ass on somewhere.
I have a wonderful evening.
Well, her drunk ass at karaoke.
Oh, that was fun. I want to see Mike do Prince.
Ain't nobody gonna wear no assless chaps, girl. You better get your ass on somewhere.
No. That's not happening.
Mr. Motivator, Rodney. I interrupt stuff. They're my brother-in-law now, folks. So I'm just in here in the building. Bye.
See, y'all gonna see her get her ass bust up around here. She doing that.
All right, so we back. We on to the tight ends, right?
Yeah, the tight ends. Go ahead with the tight ends.
Tight ends, Hayden Hurst. Losing that 18 pounds, man, that guy looks faster on the field. He is beating safeties easily in these moves. And they're having it to where Kyle Pitts is the decoy in a sense, which we already expected. You know, this panel already knew that. He was a decoy. He's making safeties go to him, and Hayden is coming underneath him, getting the easy little garbage yards, 10, 15. And people don't realize Hayden can take that and go. One stiff arm, one busted tackle, he's out of there. He's out of there. And they did like a little post route with Hayden. I see him coming close to him. I'm like, God damn, is that Thor for real? I thought he had the hammer on him. Like, hold on, let me back up some, Thor. You feel a little bit too aggressive looking like it, man. They look good. And I like how Lee Smith, the blocking tight end, is getting Hayden and Kyle Pitts aware of how they need to block. In order to be a tight end, you got to do both. You got to be able to block and catch. And they are learning from Lee Smith, the tree guzzler. I like to call him. He chopped down trees a lot. So that's key for me. When you have leadership like that, being able to take on for Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts isn't looking to just take on a starting role. He's looking to be hungry. He's looking to succeed for himself and for Hayden Hurst. And that's why Hayden Hurst made that comment earlier saying that it's not me versus Kyle, it's us together. That's going to be monumental. We all know how the line's going to be. They're going to be a work in progress. I wasn't able to see Caleb McGregor because he's out right now. So I was able to see Mayfield at that right tackle, which he pretty much already did in college. I think that he can be good at that position, but I prefer him at the guard spot. And I like to see him compete with McGregor. So when McGregor comes back, we already know you're in a competition. My brother Arthur Smith stated 3 positions are open for competition. So McGregor already knows he ain't coming just to get his spot back. He going to have to show something. And that's the key for this week. How will the line be with the pads on? How are they going to be able to block Grady? If you can take on Grady, you ready.
Yeah, man. Man, Twister, you all over it, man. I mean, from what I've seen, from the clips that I've seen so far, I'm getting excited from what I'm hearing out of camp. One thing that I've taken just from listening, of course, I'm not there because I live in Florida, but from what I've seen in the interviews that they're doing after the press conferences that they're doing after these practices, what I'm taking from it, all of the veteran players, Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, these guys want to win. All they're talking about is winning. It seems like we're a real team now. It don't seem like anybody is trying to be a diva. I heard Matt Ryan say, I just want to win. I didn't hear him saying I want to continue my 4,000 yard streak of passing for over 4,000 yards, for 10 straight seasons. All he said was, I want to win. Calvin Ridley, a guy who's been here. I talked about it in my video this week. He's a guy who hasn't won since he's been in Atlanta, hasn't been in the playoffs since he's been in the NFL. This guy is chomping at the bit to get into the playoffs. So I'm loving what I'm hearing out of camp. Grady Jarrett, Deion Jones, the leaders of this team. These guys are talking about winning football. They want to win games. They want to get back in the playoffs. They want to prove themselves. They got to prove themselves to this new coaching staff. So I want to hear from Mad Mike, and then we're going to get to K-Styles. But I want to kind of hear from Mad Mike of what are you taking from what you've heard so far and what you've seen so far out of training camp? What have you taken from it? But for me, it's winning. I'm hearing these guys are building a winning culture.
Well, one thing that I like that really jumps out to me, and I spoke on this, I believe, with Twisted when I was talking about Dave Ragone. Dave Ragone, when he's coming from Chicago, he likes to use the running backs in the passing game. That's why you got from Tariq Cohen. He used Cordero Patterson the same exact way. And if you go back to 2016, there's one thing that was missing from our offense the last 2-3 years is because we refused to use the running back the proper way. We totally spent $5 million on Todd Gurley, and Todd Gurley is one of the best backs in the league when it comes down to hands. He's up there with the elite receivers like Alvin Kamara, these guys like Tariq Hill who can catch the ball. He's a receiver, but he can catch the ball out of the backfield, and they use him out of the backfield. So he's on that type of level as far as the catching out of the backfield. So what I like most, and a lot of people they were looking at Fourier stripping the ball out of his hand, but what I was most impressed with, this dude is 240 pounds and he going down the field on a real route. Are you kidding me? Quadri Olsen may be freaking special, bro. Are you, bro? Like that right there, I said they did that specifically. All right. We know that Fourier is a monster. He gonna rip anybody. If he can reach Zeke, make him fumble 3 times, I'm not worried about it. That's just a special linebacker right there. That dude gonna get paid, but that's a whole nother thing. But when I saw Quadri Olsen leaking out the backfield, I got super excited, man. Look, Matt Ryan is in the proper place. He is an elite quarterback. But what's going to get this Falcons to the next level is him not having to take on so much of the burden. And that's what I like most about this team. Get that ball out of your hands. Let Cordero, let Jamie Hawkins, let Quadri Olsen, Mike Davis, let them do their thing. Let these special athletes do their damn thing. We know what Calvin really can do in the open field. Even though he's had a tendency to go back, but we know he's special in the open field. We saw it at Alabama. We saw Cordero Patterson in the punt returner. He'll take the slant to a house. You leave him, you leave that middle of the field with Cordero Patterson, he's taking that son of a gun to the house. The same with Hayden, the same with Kyle Pitts. This offense is going to be absolutely ridiculously good if they get that ball out of Matt Ryan's hand and let the running backs do their thing.
I completely agree. Matt Ryan's going to have to be the facilitator. Think about it like basketball. He's going to have to be the point guard of this offense and facilitate. We don't need Matt Ryan, like he says, carrying the load. We don't need him in these 5 and 7 step drops, hold on to the ball. That's another reason why he took a lot of sacks. We always talk about how many times he's been sacked. It's not just the offensive line, but it's also the play calling. Get the ball out of this man's hands. Like people talk about Matt Ryan can't run. Tom Brady is slower than a snail with that thing on arthritis. Right. This man is way slower than Matt Ryan, but they get the ball out of his hands. 1, 2, 3, that ball's gone. He's getting the ball out to the running back in the flat. He's getting it out to his playmakers and allowing these guys to make plays in space. But before I get on my little rant, I do want to jump over to K-Styles really quick. K-Styles, man, what's been your take so far in training camp? Like something that stood out to you since, training camp kicked off?
Ooh, boy. Y'all went offense.
I ain't talking about defense yet. I ain't talking about that yet.
We're gonna break it down offense and defense. So I'm gonna go ahead and go offense here. I like the variety. It's not so much as one player, but it's the variety. Like I said, for what I saw, it was a lot of different route combinations. It was out routes. It was combat routes. It was some Texas routes, some wheel routes. Like y'all said before, Matt Ryan will not have to drop back 7 yards to throw the ball. This offense is pertaining to get the ball out in 3 seconds. 2-step drops, 3-step drops. And I'm going to tell you right now, boy, Javen Hawkins is about to be a monster in this offense. We talk about Kyle Pitts. We talk about Kyle Pitts and what he can do. We talk about Calvin Ridley. We talk about Cordero Patterson. But Javen Hawkins, to me, the out route that he ran against Fabian Monroe, caught that bitch on the sideline. Hold on. This is not my show. I'm going to say it right. The way he caught it on the sideline, bruh, Calvin really is not about to put the way that this offense look. Calvin really might not put up those numbers y'all think he's gonna put up. At the end of the day, it's all about taking what the defense gives you, and it's about not making no mistakes. Like I said, out routes, in routes, dig routes. That's all I gotta say, bro. It's like everybody will be involved. This is not a one-man show no more. And this is what I love about it. This is not a one-man show no more. This is about getting everybody involved. This is about getting everybody involved and taking what the defense gives you. Because, like I said, Matt Ryan, and I'm not even going to talk about Matt Ryan. I'm finna talk about Felipe Franks throwing the ball.
Oh, they thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy when I made the video on Felipe. They said,
We
man,
got
my
on.
trip.
Did you see that out
got
route?
on.
Did you see that out route he threw to Christian Blake on Fabian Monroe?
Yeah, he got on.
I did not tell you. I made the video. 3 reasons why. Look, go back and watch it. I said this. What? Look, the mad scientist ain't mad. He know what he's talking about. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro.
But getting back to the Caleb McGarry thing, like I said, we don't know what the timetable is going to be for him. And I know you said you like Jalen Mayfield in that left guard spot. That right tackle spot, but Jalen Mayfield, well, he putting hands on people. Like I said, he's gonna take time, but he's gonna put hands on people. I'm just saying, hey, football season right around the corner. You see the hands rubbing. You see the hands.
Our preseason next week, right?
Yeah, start next week. Our first game is against Tennessee. But with that being said, let me jump into the chat real quick so we don't forget about the fans. Michael Walker, what's going on, man? Hey, that's a good name right there. Michael Walker been doing this thing in camp too. Michael Walker, man, what's happening?
One-handed.
Yeah, man. Interception, one-handed interception. David Breland, what's going on? Leo 123. All of these people have joined us since we was ranting. Tommy Reefer, what's going on, man?
That's a funny name.
Yeah, Tommy
Reefer.
Juan Johnson, what's going on? Mr. Lee with the black and red in the chat. What's happening, man? YMOF Jamal, what's happening, bro? Big Mike, what's happening, man? So I kind of want to talk about defense. Since y'all talking about it, defense, and K-Styles are rubbing his hands together. Mr. Twisted Torch was at camp. Hey, tell us what you're seeing with the defense. I mean, I'll tell you from what I've seen just in these little bit of clips that I've seen, what I like. And I kind of want to piggyback on what Mad Mike was talking about Quadri Olison running that wheel route. One thing that I like about Arthur Smith is he's not lying to us. You know, when Dan Quinn was here, he's like, everybody's going to get a fair opportunity. We're seeing everybody out there getting opportunities. At the end of the day, we were lied to. Dan Quinn lied to us because he told us Quadri Olison couldn't block. That was the reason he wasn't playing, because he don't know the reads. He can't pass protect. But we see this man doing some of everything out there in training camp.
Right.
Yeah. So just before you go real quick, I just want to say this real quick. I like that Arthur Smith is really giving these guys a shot. From what I'm hearing out of camp, we're seeing guys getting thrown in there with the ones. Let's see what you can do. You don't know what these guys can do until they get the opportunity. So I love that they letting all of these guys go out there on the wheel route. Let's see what you can do, because we know Foyer, we know Deion Jones, we know our linebackers are the cream of the crop when it comes to coverage. So if they can catch a ball on these guys, I'm not worried about the Eagles in week 1. Our linebackers are 10 times better than those linebackers for the Philadelphia Eagles. So if you can beat Foyer on a wheel route, you're going to be able to beat Alex Singleton. You're going to be able to beat all of them guys over there for Philly. So that's one thing that I'm loving about this regime as well, is they're not lying to us. They're not pulling the wool over our eyes. They're actually giving these guys a chance. Let's see what you can do. They don't care about how much money you make. They don't care about if you've been on this team and been a starter before. We seen, I wanted to start with this, but I kind of forgot. I did my video on it. We seen Sterling Hoffrechter, you injured, you can't perform, release, cut. So these dudes are not, these coaches are not playing no games. So I'm getting a little antsy about Caleb McGarry. I'm getting a little antsy about Dante Fowler Jr. because these guys are not in camp right now. I'm really getting nervous. And K-Styles kind of dropped the gem talking about Jalen Mayfield. Jalen Mayfield looking real good right now. And he might be, to me, he looks a little bit more athletic than a Caleb McGarry. No disrespect. I like Caleb McGarry, but he might have to slide inside that guard because he might get beat out because in this offense, with this zone running scheme, you have to be athletic. And that's one thing that I like about Mayfield is he seemed like he's a guy that's really athletic. But with that being said, go with it, Twisted Torch. I kind of want to hear about this defense and what you saw at camp.
Okay, well, one play is only one play. Jacob, why do they keep putting him in coverage? They had him guarding the flats, and Zacchaeus ate him up for breakfast. He ate him up for breakfast. It was bad too, guys. That he had Jacob go to one knee. I'm like, God damn. He took off for 30 yards. But other than that, the defense looked pretty good. My only worry about defense is that right cornerback. I gotta see who wins that. Fabian, he's been getting beat a little bit, but he just not there for the plays. It's like he's just gonna be a tackler. I don't know if he's gonna be a person that can jump routes. You know what I mean? AJ Terrell. Hey, he getting better, guys. We already knew he could tackle. He's reading the field a lot better. He is focusing on where the QB is planning to throw the ball. AJ McCarron had threw a late pass, but nah. AJ Terrell took that pass. He went and saw it and jumped up and took that route. Like, I like corners like that. That's what we've been talking about as far as AJ Terrell's game going to the next level. He has that in his game. And with Dean P's system, he's going to look like a top 10 corner. I told you here first. He's going to look like a top 10 corner in this type of defense Dean P's plays. As far as the linebacking core, we got 3 great linebackers, guys. Fourier and Dion, they can do pretty much anything. The way their speed is set up, they can do anything. I like how their pursuit is getting better, how they're able to stop the run. Fourier and Dion, you're not going to just be running at them no more. You can cancel that. This ain't 2016 Deion Jones. You're not just running at him. I promise you that. Marlon Davidson. We've been asking about him. I was able to meet him actually in the parking lot. He was going to his truck. Big guy. He's a big guy, like real talk. I didn't know he was that big. That's Marlon Davidson. He dapped me up. I said, hey, you got some good things coming for this year, bro. I see it in you. He smiled. He gave me the smile. You know how country people, when they finna get great chicken, that's how he smiled. He smiled like, yeah, I'm licking my chop just like you. Just like you. I promise you, I'm ready. Grady stated in the interview that Marlon gets the defense ready. He's the type that has that energy, that electric, that brings to this defense. Why did Grady say that? Why did Grady say that? Grady sees something in Marlon. Grady's been working with Marlon to make sure that they form a great tandem. In this type of defense with these multi-looks, you have to have two great tackles to make sure you form a good pack for Dion and Fourier to scrape through blocks and get to the backfield. With those 2 guys, you'll have it. And Marlon also said it that when he came in last year, he was learning a new scheme. He wasn't never used to doing that type of scheme. This year, he goes back into his comfort zone, and he feels more comfortable playing D tackle and D end. He feels more in shape. The COVID situation, him being a youngster, you know what I mean? That happens. It's understandable. Then not going through COVID, not being able to practice like you want to. He feels a lot better with this new regime in there. I'm telling you that now. I would love to see how Dante's going to do in the fold. I need to see what he's going to do, because if he brings 6 to 7 sacks to this front line, what does that change for this defense? That makes this defense a hell of a lot better. A hell of a lot better. I can say it like that. 6 to 7 sacks from him makes the defense a hell of a lot better, because you know you're going to get sacks from the linebackers. You know Grady's going to give you at least 5 to 10 sacks if he continues to get better as far as an all-pro D tackle. Grady's already been that, getting sacks. He just has to make more plays to finish the rest of those sacks. He can get 10 sacks a year. He's already getting in the backfield, disrupting plays and all that. Safeties. Hey, those 2 veteran safeties are really teaching the youngsters. Jalen Hawkins and Richie Grant, they feel real comfortable. If you watch what Arthur Smith said in his interview today, he said Richie Grant was feeling himself today. He made one good play. He got toasted the next one. He's confident. I like it. Why does he like that? Because he's in there getting reps with the first team. He's learning from guarding people like Pitts, guarding people like Hayden Hurst, guarding Russell Gage. Like, he's guarding players that make plays in the middle of the field. And they're putting them down in the box and in the back. They're trying to see where he works at best. He don't mind moving. When you have Swiss Army knives that don't mind playing both, good luck. Good luck.
Hey, I completely agree. And that's what I was talking about just a minute ago, Twisted, with giving these guys chances with the ones. Because at the end of the day, I talked about it last year. When a player gets beat, which you're going to get beat. If you're a corner, to be a good corner in the NFL, you have to be able to forget the last play and move on to the next play. A good safety, any position really in the NFL, you got to have you got to lose basically amnesia. You got to forget the last play and move on to the next play and have confidence. Don't hang your head. And I definitely think that Richie Grant is definitely one of those guys that's going to be able to compete and that's going to possibly take over that starting role eventually. Because I just think that once the games start, I just feel like he's one of those guys that's a ball hawk. So I expect him to definitely, step out and be one of the bright spots on this team. But hearing what you're saying, that's what I've been seeing from the little clips that I've seen. I did see when Zacchaeus cut up Jacob Tuioti-Mariner. But one thing that I like about it is they gave him an opportunity. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do. Because practice is the time to get your ankles broke. I'm sorry. I'd rather see you get your ankles broke in practice. And then I know never put Jacob Tuioti-Mariner in that situation again. Because I guarantee you, during the games, you're not going to see Jacob Tuioti-Mariner out in space a ton. You're going to see him on the edge blitzing. But what they're doing right now is they're putting a lot of stress on these players. If you listen to Arthur Smith, he's saying we want to see how much these players can retain. It's not about how much I know is what Arthur Smith said. It's about how much they can retain. So right now they just feed them information and they're seeing what every single player can do. But my point was this. If these guys are not put in these situations at practice, how do you know what they can do? That was the problem with the old regime. They didn't put them in situations to see what they can do. That's the reason why when they kicked the onside kick, guys didn't attack the ball. Guys were always playing passive, not aggressive. But if you've been in these situations at practice, in the game, it's going to be second nature. With that being said, I'm going to be quiet. Mad Mike, man, what you saying with this defense? Because y'all know I get going, I start ranting. Mad Mike, what you see with this defense, man?
One thing that I saw, and a lot of I know Fabian Moreau got toward is getting towards, but it goes back to chemistry. A lot of these guys aren't familiar with the personnel, so it's easy to right now because he doesn't know these guys and he hasn't studied a lot of these guys movement because he's coming from the NFC East where he's used to a certain style of tight ends and backs and wide receivers coming out. So he's used to a certain style. So it's an adjustment period for him also. But one thing that I saw that I like is contested. That play over where Kyle Pitts caught it over him. I mean, that's just a damn. That dude is just a. Oh my Lord! That dude is. I'm already in love. I'm already in love. Okay, I've already forgot about Julio watching them highlights. I'm just like, oh Lord Jesus! Like, oh look, man, catch the Holy Ghost watching that. This dude is going up. This dude going up and just snatching dreams from DBs. DBs think they got an interception. He's just like, whoop.
Whoop. Wait a minute. We gotta do it right. Oh, I got a pick. No.
And you can see he wasn't jumping with him, Mike.
He wasn't. That's the thing. He's not even. It looked like he's not really even trying. It comes so easy to him to go win those battles. It's just amazing to see. So I'm gonna just say this too, and I think I don't know who I heard this from, but I probably get a lot of hate on it, but everybody already hate me regardless. But I think Julio was afraid of him, that he's not going to be the only freak on the team. Julio wants to be the only freak, and look, like I said, this dude Kyle Pitts is. You look at him, you see him play, you're going to drop. This dude is going to force you to, even if you don't open your mouth, okay? Even if you don't open your mouth, he's going to make you go like that. He got that type of presence. He gonna force you to open your mouth, right? This is how special this guy is. And the crazy part, he's not even trying. He's not even trying to make plays, bro. It's like Kobe Bryant going for 81, just crossover, pull up jump shot. He done turned his head and the shot still in the air. That's how confident this guy is right now. This dude is an absolute monster. And like I said, watching him go against Georgia, he won me over. Because Georgia and Alabama has one of the, we talk about defenses, NFL ready defenses, it's Alabama and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. In college football, those are it. You can throw Auburn in there because they have a pro style of defense also. You can throw Auburn in there also. I threw that for you. I threw that for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You want to hurt my feelings. In the last couple of years, since Derek Brown had left and Marlon Davidson left, carry on. We not NFL ready. We not NFL ready the last couple of years. We can get ran through.
But that's what I love most, man, about that defense. It's this saying these guys going against exceptional athletes, and Matt Ryan is an exceptional athlete. Calvin Ridley is an exceptional athlete. Cordero Patterson, Kyle Pitts. These guys can do things that a lot of NFL players can't. And when you going against guys like that, you're battle tested, and that's what Drew was kind of getting to. I want to see them ankles get broken in practice because we don't want to put you in a position that you're not ready for, and I think that's one of the reasons why Drew was like, these guys, they weren't having these guys battle tested.
All right, K Styles, man, what you saying with this defense? I know you was rubbing your hands earlier like Bird, man. Like, yeah, you ready? Like, hey, what you thinking, dog?
Bruh, I'm gonna say one thing here. Like I said, the first thing I'm gonna say is, yes, Sterling Harfrichter. That's why your ass got cut. I had to go there because I've been on his ass. I've been on him for a while. Woman.
I'm trying to get a bill. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse
me. You see what I got to deal with all the time. But the one thing I will say about this defense that I love seeing is confidence. Like I said, it's the swagger. It's okay. The ball is in the air. I'm not afraid to make the play on it. Now, we talk about Fabian Monroe getting burnt and torched these past couple of days, but that's think about it like this. Did he really get torched or did he just get caught on? There's a difference. Now, him getting torched is him getting blown by 15-plus yards.
That's a good point.
I ain't seen that yet.
But Antetokounmpo Ogundeji.
Bro, I'm glad you said it because I ain't gonna say it.
I still don't see that day.
Ew. That's his name.
Bro, that, like I said, that pick that Eric Harris had, I think Ogundeji was in there putting some pressure on there. Mm-hmm. But the main thing I will say is this secondary just looks confident. That, like I said, they're buying into the system. Deion Jones has been looking like Deion Jones. He looks like Debo again. He looks like Debo again. He got the visor, the new visor on, the little golden visor on. This dude is jumping everything.
You don't know where his eyes are. That's the crazy part. When you put that visor on, you don't know what he's looking at. So you nervous. Right. You don't know what he's looking at.
But Eric Harris and Deron Harmon is about to change the life of this defense. They're about to change the life of the defense because you literally got two guys that can play both safety spots, and you got two guys that's not afraid to get in the box and mix it up. We got to remember, Eric Harris is 223 pounds, so he can play linebacker too if need be.
He's tall. He's like a Rod Wilson, a Steve Atwater type guy. Those guys are long and strong.
And reads the field well.
Right. I just like I said, it's the confidence with the ball in the air. Is everybody being engaged? Is everybody just being one? That's the main thing. It's not everybody going back into a shell and hoping something come to them. They like, no, we finna go get it, and that's what I wanted to see. Like I said, this is training camp. We can say, well, this ain't the regular season game. You know how some folks like, this ain't the regular season game. Like, dude, the games are won in practice. Games are won in the film room. These dudes ain't scared. These dudes is ready. They want to make plays, and that's something this defense we haven't seen from this defense in a while.
And they jobs up. We got to keep it honest. They job on the line. Arthur Smith ain't playing with these jokers. You come to play or you don't play. It's simple as that. Ain't no DQ methods no more, man. It's enough of that. we come to bring the noise. We want to take respect, and you take respect in training camp.
Right. Can't talk. Look, I was about to say, I saw it in the chat, man. You can't talk about the future unless you know what you got right now. Yeah, right now may be the future. Yeah, right now may be the future.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And if you also got to remember, a lot of these guys are on 1-year deals. So these veteran guys, they're hungry because we know how the NFL is set up. It's set up to replace veterans, like guys that have been in the league. You can get cheap labor by just going into the draft and replacing a lot of these older guys. So what I liked about the veterans that Terry Fontenot brought in, they're guys on 1-year deals, guys that want to prove that they still belong in the NFL. And these guys are not afraid to bring these young guys along, these rookies. So when you're talking about Deron Harmon, this dude has Super Bowl rings. This guy is in the right places at the right times. Eric Harris is a guy who was a journeyman and made it into the NFL, was a captain when he was over there with the Raiders on special teams and stuff like that. So these guys have great character, and they're trying to prove something to the league. They're trying to prove that they belong. So like I said, this team, I'm loving what they're doing with the team. Terry Fontenot, I'm loving what he's done so far. The guys that he brought in, I think it's a good mix of older players and younger players. And I like that we have depth. That's something that I feel like is going to be huge this year because we heard Arthur Smith talking about the offensive line, that they're mixing and matching, playing Drew Dahlman at guard, playing them at center, trying these guys, playing Jalen Mayfield at guard, at right tackle, seeing what all these guys can do. Because when it comes down to it, when we know the NFL, there's going to be injuries from week to week. So you have to have depth. And that's something that we struggle with the last couple years as well. It's like when that top guy goes down, when we had Keanu Neal, he got hurt. We had to bring in guys off the street like Cyprian, Jonathan Cyprian, and the guys that we were pulling off the street, guys that couldn't come in. Kamal Ishmael, when we had him here, we had, I know, Kamal Ishmael in coverage. Yeah, we had guys that we would bring in, and those guys couldn't cut it. So I'm glad that we bringing in competition on every level. I see you, K-Styles. Go ahead, man.
I got one thing to say. Did you see any interceptions hit the ground?
It's rare.
Did you see any interception attempts hit the ground?
You talking about the day I was there?
I'm talking about in general.
I've only heard of one. The one AJ Terrell had dropped 2 days ago, and then he made the play when I went there the following day.
So that's one.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna say something though. I don't know if y'all know this. Well, I'm sure everybody here knows this. Do you know that we have a player in our back end that has a game of having 3 interceptions in it?
Look, that's a good trivia question right there. Look, you talking? You don't even know that.
Y'all know the answer. Y'all just brought it up.
Are we talking about Eric Harris? Or we
ding, ding, ding.
I didn't hear what you said.
Look, I didn't even know that. That was a trivia question right there. I didn't even know that one. Twisted.
He picked off Phillip Rivers 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did that tell me? He's going after the ball anytime he's in the direction.
Yeah.
Every time, if it's up in the air, he's going for it, and you know Herman going for it. We might be fighting for interceptions this year, bro, because you know Deion and Foye, they be 10 yards, 30 yards down the field too.
All right, but before we jump into the next topic, because this next topic is gonna get real hot and heavy, I just want to jump back in the chat. Yes, because we deep in the chat right now. I done kind of fell behind. We got Isaac in the building. What's going on, man? Jonathan Bell in the building, and we are gonna do some Q&A as well. We just trying to get through these quick topics, but I want to shout out you guys. Tony Wright, he's always in the building. What's going on, Tony? And this is your boy over here. Y'all definitely go over to his channel and hit that like and subscribe button. He's also one of the affiliates of Atlanta Falcons Nation. VF Baller, what's going on, man? Mr. Lee, I think I got you earlier. Facts over personality. Hey, I like that name right there, because this next topic, that's going to go perfect with the next topic we're talking about. The stats, the facts, and the truth. He says facts over personality. I like that name. The real. What's going on, man? the real. What's going on, man? Raymond Elder. I think we already shouted out Raymond Elder. What's going on, man? I'm just trying to scroll real quick, make sure I ain't forget nobody. Derek, what's happening? Adrian Thomas, what's going on? Yeah, the rest of y'all, we'll get to y'all in a couple minutes, but we got to get into this next topic because it's finna get real. Matt Ryan, y'all know we're gonna bring it up. We bring it up. His name seemed to always come up. You see K Styles, he already like, oh, here we go again. As he always say, the Matt Ryan obsessors.
The Matt Ryan. So, that, like I said, that is gonna be a coin, a mental disorder. Matt Ryan obsessive disorder. Go ahead, you. I'm just saying.
I see Mad Mike look like he ready already. He got his hand on his head. He did a rant earlier, and I'm gonna go ahead and kick it over to him. I'm just gonna say this. You guys know how I feel about Matt Ryan. If you guys want to see what I feel about him, I did a video maybe a year ago on Matt Ryan. It's like 30 minutes long. Now I pretty much broke it down. So all of Matt Ryan obsessors, go check it out. But what I'll say is this. Matt Ryan is here to stay. I know a lot of people were saying that Arthur Blank lied to us about the Julio Jones situation, and he addressed it the first day of training camp. It wasn't a parting of ways by the Falcons and Julio Jones. Julio Jones wanted out, point blank in the period. He forced his way out of Atlanta. He was going to be a Falcon for life. It was up to Arthur Blank. So I don't see them moving on from Matt Ryan anytime soon. So the fans that hate Matt Ryan, if you dislike Matt Ryan, you might want to find another team because the guy's not going anywhere. He might get another contract. I mean, we've already extended him, but he might play into his 40s. So get used to saying number 2. Get used to saying Matty Ice because this is his team. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to break it to you. This is Matt Ryan's football team. You heard Twisted Torch talking about who's leading the sprints, who's leading all of the huddles. This is Matt Ryan's team at the end of the day. So if you dislike Matt Ryan and you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, good luck because he's going to be here for the rest of his career. I'm sorry. And he's going to win. Look, I'm just going to drop this hot take. I believe Matt Ryan's going to win the Super Bowl before it's all said and done. I really believe that. With Arthur Smith being here, I believe that Matt Ryan's going to get the job done because they're lifting the weight off of Matt Ryan's shoulders. This is no longer a one-man show. They're opening it up, and we're going to see. I really believe that his tail end of his career is going to look a lot like John Elway, where he was able to walk off into the sunset. Win those 2 Super Bowls. They went to a run-heavy scheme. It was Terrell Davis pretty much doing the heavy lifting, him and Shannon Sharp. And we have a team where we got a 3-headed monster and 2 great tight ends where you control the middle of the field. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm going to let Mad Mike run with it. But I believe that Matt Ryan is here to stay. So all of those people that want to believe these narratives that you're hearing, this clickbait that Matt Ryan, the team is looking to move on from him. He has a noodle arm, all of that stuff you're hearing. We seen what happened. They restructured Matt Ryan's deal. He was one of the only players, one of the only veterans on this team to get his contract restructured. The man isn't going anywhere. But with that being said, Mad Mike, take it away.
Look, you guys know where I stand with Matt Ryan. this is where I'm gonna challenge you guys, and you can tag all your fellow Matt Ryan haters in everything on Twitter, on Instagram. You can see me on Facebook. All right. Hell, even in public. If you ever see me in public, come up to me. All right. And give it to me. This is you guys' homework. All you haters who feel as though that Matt Ryan is overrated, all I ask is this. Prove it to me. Where are your stats? Where's your film breakdown? Where are the people that come to your channel? Writers, NFL players. Look, you guys, I would lend you Mad Mike Sports for you to come in and disprove Matt Ryan being a GOAT, Matt Ryan being an elite quarterback. Come prove it to me. I will give you the seat. Let you sit here and talk for 2 hours. Give me your facts. If you ain't got the facts, shut the block up. It really is, it's that easy. All you people have all of this animosity toward this man and cannot give me one stat, a statistic, okay? Not an end result. We talk about end results. We always talk about end results in NFL championship. That's what I mean by end results. Everybody say end results, but I just proved to you last video that end results are so what? Look, a guy just put a comment that we talking about Terry Bradshaw. Why is Terry Bradshaw not up in the GOAT category? He got 4 NFL championships. Why? Because he has a defense. But somehow, some way, Mr. Thomas Brady always get a pass when he's had 16 top 10 defenses. Excuse me, but that's more than that right there is more than Terry Bradshaw had. Why is it that Terry Bradshaw is not one of the greatest of all time, but Tom Brady, who's had more than him, he got more rings than Terry Bradshaw? Why is it that? It's a narrative. It's a narrative. You people have a narrative. You don't like greatness. You don't like true greatness. Just get a guy just like Jadakiss that's bodied the Dipset last night. Straight up body their ass. Get a man his roses, okay? Give Matt Ryan his roses before you be saying Jeff George again. Before you be saying DJ Shockey. I like DJ Shockey, but look, y'all don't want to see that again. Get a man his roses right now before you see Joey Harrison again. Get that man his roses before you see Joe Flacco again, all right? So let's be real. If you guys cannot give me any facts, shut the HE double hockey sticks up. That's all I got to say. Give me the stats and the facts. I don't want to hear nothing else. That's it.
He said it best. He said it best. And basically, I'm gonna take it as this. Personally, I believe with this whole Matt Ryan situation, if you look at any of these guys, Tom Brady in the NFC Championship last year, 3 interceptions in the second half, they win the game. I feel like we're too much into the results. Did you win or did you lose? We don't look at the full game. We're just watching the highlights. We're not taking the full game into effect. A lot of the guys that we say are elite, if you go look at the pressure moments, those guys have had terrible games. The other day, I was looking at a highlight reel. They were showing it on Facebook. It was the Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks a couple years ago when the Seahawks went back to the Super Bowl. It was their second time going back to the Super Bowl. I believe. Yeah, the Packers had like a huge lead. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions in that game. We say that he's one of the best in the game. The man threw 3 interceptions in that NFC Championship game. Go look it up. They won the game because the guy on the Green Bay Packers, they kicked the onside kick. The ball ricocheted off him. I believe he was like their backup tight end. They ended up recovering. The Seattle Seahawks went down the field and won the game. So that just goes to show you, even the guys that you say are elite, they have bad games. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people point to that Chargers game last year where Matt Ryan didn't play well. He threw in 3 interceptions. It happens. I just told you, Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions in an NFC Championship game. They won, but what was the difference in the game? It wasn't Tom Brady. It was the Buccaneers defense. When it was time to stand up, the Buccaneers defense stopped Aaron Rodgers from being able to score that last touchdown.
Damn.
If they score that last touchdown and Aaron Rodgers runs in for the touchdown because he had a clear line to the end zone, but he forced the pass and that would have been Matt Ryan, everybody would have said, see, Matt Ryan scared to run. We didn't criticize Aaron Rodgers for not taking the lane and running towards the end zone. We didn't criticize Aaron Rodgers for losing the last 2 NFC Championship games. He got blown out. He got blown out against the 49ers where they only threw the ball like less than 10 times.
Yeah, that was nasty.
And then he lost last year where he refused to run into the end zone for an easy touchdown, where he tried to force the ball in and make a tight throw. So that just goes to show you. I believe everybody in this chat believes that Aaron Rodgers is elite. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. One man can't beat a team. We've been saying that for years. Matt Ryan is great, but it's going to take guys around him being great to win a Super Bowl. It's going to take a great coaching staff. It's going to take a great front office. With that being said, K-Styles, man, what's your take on Matt Ryan? Personally, I know everybody on this panel knows how great Matt Ryan is, but just go ahead and lay it out for him again because it seems like we got to lay it out every show.
I'm going to take this a different route. It's certain people.
Hold on. Let me say this right now. I got Popeye. I had to throw that one in there.
Just in case, style.
Boy, a piece of chicken on a napkin, boy. What the fuck?
I almost forgot I had it. I'm sorry. I almost forgot I had it.
Y'all crazy today, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna take this a different route. This not gonna be so much of Matt Ryan itself, but this is gonna, like I said, y'all can cut this up. Y'all can send this to anybody. This is to the people that like to come on our videos talking trash to the first lady of AFN about how much we like Matt Ryan and how stupid we are for doing that. If you got an issue, you DM us personally. Like I said, you don't have to hide behind trying to talk trash to a woman about a quarterback that you don't like, that you putting energy into a team. Oh, hold on, let me make sure I get this right because I'm not. This is not my show, so I'm trying to cut the cussing down a little bit. This is hard for me. But the issue, like I said, the issue is if you don't like the guy who's touching the ball 100% of the time, why are you still watching the team? There's a guy in this chat right now talking about we're going to lose. We're going to lose all our games. Why put your energy towards that? Has Matt Ryan had not won the Super Bowl? Is it disappointing? Yes, but that's not the whole story. Like I said, it takes a team. A Super Bowl trophy is a team sport. It's a team achievement. Now if you talking about like I said, if you're gonna talk trash about people that like him, like guys that not, and this is an issue that we have here with AFN. Like a lot of, because I noticed something too about when it comes to this Matt Ryan topic. It's always guys that never show up in the chat or don't watch this shit, but when Matt Ryan comes up, all of a sudden now they coming.
That's a legitimate question. Okay. I've never understood that.
But my thing, that's why I say I call it the Matt Ryan obsessive disorder. Because y'all are so obsessive of seeing him fail that y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all, hold on, I'm trying to do this again. Y'all don't care about the team. Y'all just want to see him fail.
Yeah. So they can say, get him out of here, Kay.
But the issue is if you're throwing we're gonna say this. Okay, if you're throwing the Super Bowl topic, you might as well say every Falcon quarterback in this franchise history sucks. Even Michael Vick, to those guys that like to say that. There's no Lombardis. I literally, I'm gonna tell it to you like this. And the reason why I say I literally had a guy call me a coon because I said I did not dislike Matt Ryan. Have y'all had that happen to y'all before?
No, I ain't got that treatment, but
I've been called every name in the book at this point.
I go coon, F boy, all that stuff. See, but the problem is y'all are deflecting the fact that if he does win the Super Bowl, now he's up there with the quarterbacks that y'all idolize so much that only has one. Now, can he get better? That's what that's what this new regime is going to do. It's going to put him in a echelon to where he does every veteran quarterback that hits 35 plus usually gets put in systems to where they don't have to throw the ball down the field and stuff like that all the time. Mm-hmm. This is what you want. So, like I said, if you got your disagreements with Matt Ryan, that's fine. Like I said, we can talk about that. Hey, that's your disagreement. But when you start putting your personal feelings behind it and you trying to attack the people that are that literally like the guy, that understand that it takes more than just one player to win a Super Bowl. Think about Tampa Bay last year. That whole team, I repeat, defense included, shut the number one offense down for 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom Brady got all the credit. You look at every Super Bowl winning quarterback. What is the common denominator? It takes a team effort to win the game, whether it be defensive plays, whether it be running the ball, whether it be special teams. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me Trent Dilfer's better? Because I'm a challenge them, like Mike challenged them before. So from what these people are saying me, they said Trent Dilfer is one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever lived, the way that they're talking. This is what they're saying. This is literally what they're saying. They're not saying it, but their actions and their words and how they're using them, they're saying like guys like Trent Dilfer is a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it like this, K-Styles. We just seen it with Nick Foles. Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. They didn't even get this man another contract. That goes to show you how little bit they thought about this man. This man was the NFL MVP, beat Tom Brady, so-called GOAT, head-to-head in a Super Bowl, dropped 40-some points on Bill Belichick's defense, and they kept Carson Wentz over the Super Bowl MVP. That goes to show you that it's a team effort. Mm-hmm. Carson Wentz, who was banged up, who was on the sideline when they won that Super Bowl, they didn't think twice about letting Nick Foles go to Chicago Bears. And it was for good reason. Because look at Nick Foles now. He's not. I don't even believe he's on Chicago anymore. He's still a journeyman quarterback, just like the Ryan Fitzpatricks of the world, just like all of these other quarterbacks. So just winning an NFL trophy or even winning an NFL MVP doesn't prove anything. And Nick Foles is in recent memory, is the guy that we need to point to. Every time somebody talks about winning a Super Bowl, winning the NFL MVP, it takes a team. That Philadelphia Eagles team, which we know oh so well because we faced them in the divisional round, they had a great defense. They had a great overall team. They had a great special teams. They had great coaching all up and down their roster. And that just goes to show you they had depth that I talked about. They were able to take their backup quarterback, and he was able to lead them to the promised land. So for those people that hate Matt Ryan, we just wanted to give it to you guys one more time and lay it out one more time for you. This is what it is. This man is here to stay. This man can get the job done. For whoever that was in the chat, because I didn't see the comment saying that we're going to lose, that goes to show you right there. If Nick Foles can lead the Eagles to a Super Bowl, a journeyman quarterback, I'll put my money on Matt Ryan that can get us to the promised land. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. Twisted, go ahead, man.
Before Twisted go, I'm gonna add two things to that right quick. Okay, you said Philadelphia, right? Did y'all remember Philadelphia had the number 1 rushing attack that year too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
2 backs.
Damn it, I almost forgot the second thing. Well, the second thing I was going to say is, well, go ahead, Twist. I got to remember. See, I kind of went on a little rant. Go ahead, Twist. I got to bring it back.
Okay, so with the Eagles game, people hate on Matt Ryan so bad. 2017, he put that ball on the money, forcing pressure in his face, 2-3 people in his face. Julio dropped that pass. We don't say nothing about Julio. None of the fans who bash Matt Ryan say anything about Julio dropping that touchdown and knowing that if we would have went to the Vikings, we would have dismounted them and had a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. No one brings that up. I guess it just don't mean nothing to anybody. It just don't mean nothing, huh? Y'all talk about Matt Ryan having, interceptions in games. I hate to tell y'all this. Every QB has interceptions in games. If he doesn't have a defense that's going to be able to stop teams from scoring, and he don't score 1 possession, he might come back 14 shit.
Mm-hmm.
He has to take those chances when you don't have a defense because you have to make sure drives continue. That's what all pro QBs do. Over the years, they put a lot of pressure on Matt Ryan. No one says this. Matt Ryan doesn't say this. Matt Ryan doesn't say, well, hell, guys, if they give me a defense, we'll be a better team. He don't do that for you fans. He sits there, takes it on the chin, goes home, comes back to work, and tries to do better the next week. I've never heard Matt Ryan say, hey, I did my thing. They didn't do their thing. He says, I didn't have a good game. I'll play better next game. That's from Matt Ryan. A lot of QBs don't say that. I don't hear Wentz saying stuff like that.
We sure don't see Mr. Rodgers taking responsibility.
I remember what I was going to say, too. And this is to all the detractors that say that without Julio Jones, this team is nothing. How many yards does Julio Jones have in his career?
16,000, something like that. 16,000.
He got 12,000, right?
12,000.
How many passing? How many passing yardage does Matt Ryan has in his career?
Over 55,000.
Where the hell the other 43,000 yards come from?
Hey, you said something there. I told Harry Douglas that when I took the picture with him. I said, man, look, you one of the slot receivers that got over 1,000 yards. People fail to realize that, though. Who was throwing Harry Douglas the football?
For 12,000 yards, somebody got yards the football.
Without Roddy and Julio. So stop telling me Matt Ryan ain't this, Matt Ryan ain't that. Matt Ryan makes receivers great. Just look at the stats. How many receivers has he? The short receivers. I ain't gonna lie to you. Freeman is cold in the field. But who was throwing Freeman those passes? Who was throwing Tevin Coleman those passes?
Hey, in that case, they probably thinking that Freeman threw his own damn pass.
People fail to realize these things, man. Freeman, I like you to death, man. You missed the block in the Super Bowl, bro. Matt Ryan is supposed to be a Super Bowl champion. You missed that block. That was a touchdown on that play.
Let's stop with these narratives. Wait. Hold on. I want to put this up here right quick. Drew, do you mind if I put this comment up here right quick?
No, go with it.
Look, out of 350 plus touchdown passes, only 60 went to Julio. So that means there was 290 other touchdown passes. Where the fuck they go to?
That guy was letting Malcolm Jenkins get touchdowns. Brian Finneran get touchdowns. Tony Gonzalez, Zacchaeus done got touchdowns. Taylor Gable done got touchdowns. Should I continue, guys? Like, what we doing here, man?
At this point, Twisted, I think we can rest our case at this point. You know, we can fold it up as they say in court. We rest our case. With that being said, we're gonna open it up to the fans Q&A. So whatever you guys want to talk about, training camp, players in training camp, whatever y'all want to talk about the upcoming season. But like we said, we rest our case. I mean, at this point, Matt Ryan is a solidified Hall of Famer. If he don't play another down in the NFL, if he retires tomorrow, at the end of the day, this man is going to the Hall of Fame. Maybe a first ballot Hall of Famer with his stats. So we've basically proven it. We've told you guys Friday Night Madness. If you want to come up here and debate, we've asked people, come on the show. We'll give you the mic. Come on the show and tell us why Matt Ryan sucked or why we need to replace Matt Ryan. We'll give you the spotlight. We'll give it to you and let you tell us why. Go ahead, Twisted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody brought up Sanu. Sanu got touchdown with Matt Ryan. Guys, y'all didn't even know Sanu like that with the Bengals. He came to us and made plays. Y'all got to chill with that, bro. I'm going to lose my mind sometimes talking about Matt Ryan. I don't get it. Every QB we stay to go on the Super Bowl has something on defense. Hell, we barely have anything sometimes. And he still made the playoffs.
But we already know. We already know the real reason why that is because he's not the representation of what the quarterback that they want. They want somebody that's going to sell tickets. They want somebody that's going to make them eat their popcorn. They want somebody to run for 1,000 yards. Every quarterback is not like that. And plus, most of the running quarterbacks that come into the league, they running down around year 5 or 6 because them hits is no joke.
Russell Wilson don't want to run no more. That man tired of getting hit. He want to run his ass clean out of Seattle. He don't want no parts of Seattle right now.
Right.
Sierra said, "You think he coming home like this, Russell? They got to take care of you out there, man."
Right.
So my next question would be and like I said, I kind of get this too about the whole running quarterback versus Matt Ryan debate. I got one question. The last 20 years, how many, quote, scrambling quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl in the last 20 years? And when I'm talking about scrambling quarterbacks, I'm talking about the exciting ones.
I'll say this, K-Styles. I was thinking about it because you guys know I'm a content creator. All I do is think about different things that have happened. You know, I'm a historian. We were talking about Russell Wilson. He's one of the guys that everybody can agree that's elite. I consider Russell Wilson an elite quarterback. He hasn't done anything since the Legion of Boom broke up. He hasn't been to a Super Bowl. He hasn't sniffed the NFC Championship game. That just goes to show you. He's a great quarterback. He can do everything that the people in the chat want. The ones that hate Matt Ryan, he can run, he can throw, he can do everything that you guys want. And he hasn't sniffed the Super Bowl, hasn't sniffed the NFC Championship game since he lost that defense. Since they gave him all the money, paid him, you know, got him all the weapons he wanted on offense, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They had Greg Olsen last year. He's had all of the weapons. He had Chris Carson in the backfield, Rashard Penny in the backfield. They weren't able to win the Super Bowl. They weren't able to get back. They had the same coach. Pretty much Pete Carroll's still there, that Super Bowl winning coach. He's a prime example of goes to show you. Having a mobile quarterback doesn't guarantee success. And like I said, I consider him elite, but he doesn't have the team that he had once had. Once they broke up the Legion of Boom and they broke up that defense with Cliff Averill and Michael Bennett and those dogs that they had on that defensive side of the ball, that whole winning culture over there in Seattle kind of went downhill. Yeah, they're making the playoffs, but they're basically just spinning their wheels. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, like we said, you talking about scrambling quarterbacks. It's not so much about the scrambling quarterbacks, like you said, K-Styles. It's more about if you don't have the team around you, it doesn't matter what you can do as an individual.
Damn. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As an individual, it doesn't matter. You need a team. You can't do it by yourself. I don't care how great. We've seen Michael Vick. He had all of the spectacular highlights, but when it came down to a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, they shut all of that running down with the Brian Dawkins and Javon Curse. They shut all of that Vick, the Michael Vick's experience. They shut all of that down in the NFC Championship game because we didn't have a complete team.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay lit that ass up too.
Hey, guys, what QB ended the Legion of Boom? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh yeah, that was Matthew Thomas Ryan. Yeah, that dude.
They ain't been right ever since.
Like
Ever
Stephen
since
said,
Jake Matthews put Bennett on his ass, they ain't been right ever since.
Yeah, that bad man. Yeah, Matt Ryan. That's his name, Matthew Thomas Ryan. Not only once did he beat the Legion of Boom, but twice. People forget we beat them when they was loaded, when they still had Marshawn Lynch. In 2012, we beat them. Then we came back in 2016 and beat them, and we beat Aaron Rodgers, the ones that consider Aaron Rodgers elite. We beat him in the NFC Championship game, blew him out the water, 44 to I don't even remember what I think 44-21, something like that. Yeah, something to that tune.
Oh, don't remind me of all them fake ass rapper fans that came out there thinking that they was cheering for the team. Don't remind me of that.
Let me say this. This is one stat that I always tell people, and people like to say he's a mobile quarterback when he actually not. When you look at Patrick Mahomes doesn't run much at all. He's the guy that moves in the pocket. He moves in the pocket. There's a difference between moving in the pocket and actually running. He doesn't scramble. Matt Ryan had, I believe, and I forget the stat. I think it was like 16 or 19 first down runs, and Patrick Mahomes just looked up the number 22. So when you talk about quarterbacks who can actually run, Matt Ryan is up there. That's why I always tell people all the time, just because you run a 4.2 doesn't necessarily mean you're helping your team. A lot of offensive linemen don't like mobile quarterbacks because, one, they could easily push a guy into a sack because offensive linemen are taught to push them away from him. And a lot of running quarterbacks like to run sideways, like we saw with Tack last year when he sacked Russell Wilson. He sacked Russell Wilson. He ran right into that sack. So offensive linemen are taught to release. As long as he's wide, they're taught to release and push him towards. And a lot of these offensive linemen are not. So that's why we always say, mobile quarterbacks isn't always a good thing because, one, injuries. They get hit more than the average player, not just a running back. Like running back is probably one of the most physical demanding outside of offensive linemen, but these guys run into sacks. So I always say, be careful what you wish for. That's Jude's line. Be careful what you wish for because when you got these mobile quarterbacks, their ceiling is maybe 5 years. If you don't get a championship in 5 years with a mobile quarterback, your career is over.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And you dropped the mic right there, Mad Mike. No pun intended. You dropped the mic just by what you're saying because we're seeing with Lamar Jackson, he's a running quarterback. We're seeing when it comes to the playoffs, when teams can get ready for that team and they have a full week or 2 weeks, if they have the bye, they can get ready for it's easy to shut down a mobile quarterback. They know what you're going to do. You're going to look at your first read. If it's not there, you're going to try to bolt off and run. And I've mentioned it numerous times on my channel. We saw what happened to RG3. He got caught by Haloti Ngata trying to run. And that pretty much ended his career. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I do see Marcus Bell in the chat. He says, how many interceptions do AJ Terrell have this season? I'm going to tackle this question first, and then I'll go around the panel. Personally, I don't think that AJ Terrell is going to have a ton of interceptions. This might shock a lot of people. The reason I don't believe he's going to have a lot of interceptions is because teams are not going to throw at AJ Terrell unless you're crazy. You don't go at a number one cornerback. I don't see them throwing at AJ Terrell, especially if AJ Terrell is just sitting. I don't know how Dean P's scheme works, if he's just going to be like on the left-hand side the whole time. I don't know if they're going to allow him to travel like Raheem Morris allowed him to do, where he was following Michael Thomas in that Saints game. If they allow him to travel, I think he could have more interceptions. But I believe how Dean Pease runs his scheme, I don't think he's going to leave the left side of the field. I think he's just going to be on that left side, kind of how Richard Sherman played one side of the field. And if he plays that one side, I think teams are going to try to go at Fabian Monroe. They're going to try to go at Oliver and the young guys. They're going to go at those young guys. They're not going to go at AJ Terrell because he's too elite of a corner. They've seen what AJ Terrell can do. And the smart quarterbacks like Tom Brady, the veteran quarterbacks, they're not going to take that risk of putting the ball in harm's way. So they're not going to even go his way. And they're going to move their wide receivers. If, say, AJ Terrell is lined up on the left-hand side the whole time, they're going to literally put their number one wide receiver or their best pass catcher either in the slot or on the right side. They're not going to even challenge AJ Terrell. Now, I do think if they go at him, AJ Terrell is going to get his hands on a lot of footballs. But I don't think that they're going to go at him. So I'll say AJ Terrell at the most maybe get like 4 or 5 interceptions. That's if they go at him. But I don't see them trying them. But what do you guys think about that? Twisted, how many interceptions you think AJ Terrell gets this year? I say no more than about 4 because I don't think they're going to throw at him.
Yeah, I'm looking. That was my number. My magic number was 4-2 because based on how the games go, if AJ Terrell locks somebody up for a couple plays, they're not going to keep checking him. They're not going to keep trying. They're going to make sure they give extra help on the other side. So AJ Terrell's going to get chances in the beginning, but towards the end of the season, they're going to see how good he is, and they're going to change all that concept. The way, like you said, if he's traveling, he'll be able to get more interceptions. But I only see him traveling like if a guy comes out and he's just killing us, and they have to put him on.
Right.
He just wants those matchups. AJ Terrell looks like he's kind of hungry to where he's going to travel too, though. He likes those type of matchups. He likes guarding the best player. So it just depends on how Dean – if Dean unleashes him, man, good luck. But
right.
Based on the scheme and if we would like to help the other corner, he has to stay on that side.
What about you, man, Mike? How many interceptions you think AJ Terrell might get this season?
You know, I hate predictions. I'm so terrible at them. But if I was just to take a, educated guess, I'll say 3 because I don't think they're going to test him. They do. They're just too. He's one of those. He's a Sante Samuel. He's a Brent Grimes. He just sits on routes. So it's like if you want to take that chance, especially with a blitzing defense where Dean Pease is already. I mean, you just heard Twisted say he had Jacob Tuverna in the flat. So that's dangerous in itself because either he's going to blitz that corner or he's going to have someone in that flat waiting. And, oftentimes there's this thing called clouding. And a lot of times what that is like he was send a safety, a strong safety. And that's something that K Styles always said. We got interchangeable safeties now. Harmon as well as Eric Harris. Both of these guys are big and they're smart and they're intelligent and they can tackle. So you're going to see these 2 safeties come down and you're going to cloud AJ Terrell to take that spot, and he's going to have more opportunities to get those, those slants, those posts, and those those 9 routes. So he's going to have opportunities to pick the ball off as far as the cloud is concerned. But when you talk about like outright going at him, come on, everybody know they saw what he did to Alabama. The first pick, you saw it this year, this past season, where he just sat on the route. The dude, look, he did that in his rookie season. So they know he's looking for that type of stuff. They looking for that type of stuff. And when you get solid safeties, that's going to be able. This is where Xavier Howard comes into play. He's not giving his safeties a lot of credit. All right. When you got a safety behind you and know he's going to do his damn job, your ass can sit on the route, Xavier Howard. Okay. Stop sitting up here thinking that's the reason why you doing this. That defensive line is getting at the quarterback and your safeties are in the right position. We've seen, True Front play well at corner. We saw Robert Alford in spurts play well at corner. But when you don't have your safeties in the right spot and they're not consistent, you're going to look like a fool. So this is what we talk about. You got to have guys that are going to be in the right spot so your corners will have more opportunities. So when you got Eric Harris and Harmon doing their damn job, it's going to make more opportunities for a guy like AJ Terrell. And this is one of the reasons that y'all thought I was crazy when I put Richie Grant and my top 3 offensive guys. I put him in that offensive guy because he's gonna get a lot. He's gonna have the opportunity to pick plays to get these interceptions and run the ball back and get the ball back to the offense. That right there, getting those interceptions and key moments, that right there helps the offense. It helps Matt Ryan shrink the field down. I'm tired of seeing Matt Ryan having to go 90 damn yards because the punter can't punt the ball. The defense can't do anything. We can't, return the ball. We can't do anything. I'm tired of seeing Matt Ryan going 90 damn yards, 80 yards. How about get the ball on the 40 so he can go 40, 50 yards and score a touchdown? It really helps the offense and the team as an entirety when you get opportunity to take the ball away.
And with that being said, K Styles, hey man, what you feel about AJ Terrell? How many interceptions you think he'll have this season?
2.
The K Styles spin to it. That's it. 2.
Yeah.
Because we have to also look at it as well. It's not going to be just AJ. AJ Terrell's main thing is to shut down the wide receiver. And if we get it is all going to depend on the pass rush too. Because if the pass rush get there, don't be surprised if Deion Jones lead this team in interceptions this year. I'm just going to leave it just as short, simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree with you on that one. I love me some Deion Jones, and he's getting ready to break the record for most touchdowns taken back for a touchdown, most interceptions taken back for touchdowns. So he got the right first name, Deion. That's all I'm gonna say. When he get his hands on the ball, he going for 6. He looking for that end zone. So I believe he needs 2 more interceptions. 1 more, he'll tie the record. And if he get 2 more, I think he'll break the record NFL all-time for linebackers returning interceptions for touchdowns. But we know Deion Jones is another guy you can might as well say play offense. Because when he touched the ball, he looking to take that thing to the house. So I definitely think that Deion Jones, I can definitely see him being a guy leading us in interceptions. And last year, he led us in sacks. That just goes to show you, man, Deion's special. Mm-hmm. Tony Wright says 5 interceptions for AJ Terrell, and 2 for Fabian Monroe. Hey, I think Fabian Monroe is gonna shock a lot of people. Like, I know in camp it looks like he getting burnt and stuff like that, but I watched a lot of Fabian Monroe when he was with the Washington football team. You guys know I used to live in Virginia, and up that way, all you get is Washington Redskins and Washington football team. Now, they were the local team, so he's a guy that I really like. I think that he's technically sound. That's what I like about him. He's not a guy that's going to take a bunch of risks. Like y'all saying, like he don't jump routes and stuff. That's not what he does. He's a technician. He's a guy that's going to be in the right place at the right time. So he's going to be one of those corners. Watch what I say, where he's going to get interceptions off a tip pass because he's a guy that just sits in certain positions. He's technically sound. He's not a guy that's going to try to jump a route. That's not what he does. But just like Deron Harmon's another guy. If you go look at his interceptions when he was with the Patriots, a lot of them come off of tip passes where he's in zone coverage and he just picks off the ball, when the ball is tipped, because he's in the right position at the right time. He's not a guy roaming all over the field. So I feel the same way about Fabian Monroe. He may end up having more interceptions than a guy like AJ Terrell because he's going to sit in the right positions at the right time. He's not going to take risks. And we've seen last year with AJ Terrell, as much as I love the aggressiveness of AJ Terrell, sometimes that can come back to bite you on those double moves. When you're trying to jump everything, they watch tape and they know how aggressive you are and how hungry you are for those interceptions. So that's something that I talked about in one of my videos a couple weeks ago is I want to see in year 2, how much tape is AJ Terrell watching? Is he going back and watching his tape from last year of how he was beat on double moves and things of that nature because of his aggressiveness? So he might have to dial back that aggressiveness a little bit, even though we're going to be blitzing from everywhere. So when you're blitzing from everywhere, like Mike was talking about, and you have safeties over top of you that's sitting in the right positions like Deron Harmon and Eric Harris, who are veterans, you can take those risks. But last year, we knew Ricardo Allen, late to everything. Keanu Neal, you don't want him back there in coverage. So pretty much they exposed AJ Terrell when he was being aggressive because those guys were not doing their job and they were not, in the positions that they needed to be in. But that's what we're talking about. All of this works hand in hand. If you don't have a safety doing his job, it makes the corner look bad. If the defensive line is not getting after the passer, it makes the back end look bad. So it all works hand in hand. And that's why we talk about, again, it takes a team. Without a team, I don't care how good you are as an individual. It's going to take the team and everybody communicating. And that's what Dean Pease is doing right now. He's making sure these guys get the language and they know where to be. So when game time hits, you're just reading and reacting. There's no thinking involved. You know where you're supposed to be. So get there. And if you don't know where you're supposed to be, you're going to be on the sideline. Is that simple? Go ahead, K-Style.
You just said the key word. And Mike said the key word too. The safeties gotta help the damn corners.
Right. And can't be out there tearing Achilles and
So that's why I don't know if anybody paid attention. That's why I was looking like this. Really?
Really?
Really? But we also have to remember with Deron Harmon too, a lot of his interceptions come in the clutch when they need them. That's why I forgot they nicknamed him like the closer in New England for a reason.
Mm-hmm. He's just always in the right spot. He knows his job. He does his job and he does it well. Got to know what you're doing. Got to know the offense before they even get.
Exactly. You remember that Saints game last year, when Deion Jones was literally guarding Emmanuel Sanders and Ricardo Allen ran the other way because he didn't want none of the smoke. Exactly.
Appreciate you.
We remember that when he was running down the field trying to cover a man to man.
You got your middle linebacker going man to man with one of their faster receivers. Was keeping up with him, but the safety help was on the other side of the field, going 30 yards back to the end zone.
Nobody even over there.
The closest guy that went to that side of the field ran a 5-yard out.
Hey, while we talking about the Saints, did y'all see Jameis Winston trash self going through the
Oh boy, I just saw that before. Literally, they had him going through the dummy thing, the dummy alley thing. That boy almost buses trying to go through it.
Everybody did it perfect except him. He looked like a goofy out there, bro. They better not start that man, bro. They better not.
I didn't see that.
You say he looked like a goofy?
Bro. He looked worse than the crab incident.
Oh, Lord. Wow. Let me see if I find it.
I'm like, bro, ESPN really going to put this out?
No, I guess so. I guess they had to put. Hey, I'm about to say with the Carolina Panthers too. Did y'all hear that these motherfuckers is still trying to get Deshaun Watson, right?
What? How?
I didn't hear that.
Apparently, they still in the running for Deshaun Watson. How the you gonna make that work?
Man, but they said Anderson don't like Sam Darnold like that. That's why he left the Jets.
Well, I'll say this when it comes to Deshaun Watson. I don't want no parts of Deshaun Watson if I'm an organization until he straighten out all of that legal trouble. If I'm any team, I've been hearing the Eagles because they got a bunch of first-round picks, as you know. If Carolina's looking at them, I think that Deshaun Watson is a great talent, but personally, until he figures out those off the field issues, I would be good on that. Good news is the Atlanta Falcons, we set at quarterback, so we don't have to worry about it. But the Carolina Panthers, good luck.
Hey, that's exactly why I brought that up.
Straight up.
That's good on the jump shot, Jew. That was a good assist.
Yeah, man. But with that being said, hey, look, we're gonna take a few more questions and then we're gonna wind it up. I don't see too many questions in the chat. If you guys don't have any other questions, then I'm gonna ask just one more question for the panel. If y'all don't have no questions, I just want everybody on the panel. I just want to know, and this is just kind of a prediction of a player that you think may be a surprise player this season for the Atlanta Falcons that's going to play a big role or be a vital player for the Falcons this season. And give us a name that you can tell us somebody that we've heard of, but we all know Kyle Pitts. I'm not going to say him because everybody know you've seen what he's doing at practice. That dude's a natural. Matt Ryan talked about it. He's a freak. Like, we know that he's going to be out there exposing people. I want you guys to give me somebody that maybe a gem that nobody's watching right now that you think maybe a rookie or maybe a player like a Quadri Olesen who hasn't really seen the field the last couple years that you might think might stand out this year. And I'll go ahead and start with Twisted. You gotta, it could be offense or defense, it doesn't matter, but maybe a player you saw out there at camp that nobody's thinking about that you think might actually have a big role on the team this year.
Well, everybody's heard of him, but I keep saying it, bro. I like Frank Darby. Like, when I seen him out there, the way he's jumping up for passes, the way has his energy for the field and for the QB, Matt Ryan's gonna gel with him. I see that in about 5 or 6 games, he's gonna be able to get a lot of PT as far as getting those deep routes and corner routes and speedy routes. Like, he's that type of person. I saw him score a couple times when I was there on Sunday. He just looks like he beats man coverage. Once he gets his routes down to be as crisp, from working with Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts and Hayden, all them, he is going to be good for this offense, man. Just as you saw that play he made a couple of days ago, how he jumped up and pinpointed the ball. He knew where the ball was going, where only he wanted to catch it. That's a man amongst boys. He jumping above the rim. And he's hungry. I like players that are hungry. Players that get drafted late in rounds in certain positions, they tend to just play better because they know their back's on the line. I can put you on the practice squad. I can fire you. I can do whatever I want with you, to be honest. So you're playing for a position each day you step on the field. He's hungry. So that's my person.
All right. Before we get to you, Mad Mike, I actually see a super chat. So we're going to take the super chat really quick. If I can click on it. Hold on.
If he could click on it. Hold on. There we go. God damn it.
I tried to. There it is. Matty Ghost, man. We appreciate it. Look, where the bell at? I don't even got the bell handy. Here you go. Here I go, man.
Holla.
My brother said that they were working on a lot of short passes in training camp Saturday. No more long developing pass plays. Laugh out loud. Yeah, we talked about that, Matty Ghost. When I appreciate the super chat. As we know, it goes to growing our channel here at Atlanta Falcons Nation, Jew Talk Sports. Y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I haven't mentioned that a lot in this show, but definitely hit the like button.
Give them a thanks too. Give them a thanks. The thanks only costs $2. You got $2 in your pocket, hit that thanks button on Jew Talk Sports. It's a new feature on regular videos. Just show us some love, show them some thanks. It's $2. That's all. I mean, y'all look, man. Y'all can go to the store and get Little Debbie snacks. Get a man $2, man. $2.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man, Mike. And that's a new feature that they added on my channel is the thanks. So you can do that on any of my actual videos. If you hit that thanks button, it'll pop up and you can put however much you want to give. But I appreciate everybody for you guys. The super chats, not just me, but everybody on this panel. We appreciate you guys here at Atlanta Falcons Nation. Look, we both on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I'm on my way to 2,000. I'm trying to get there. In Atlanta Falcons Nation, we're trying to get there before the new season starts. But you guys, thank you for continuing to tune in. But what Matty Ghost was stating, I completely agree. Matt Ryan is going to be the point guard, and he's going to be distributing that football to the playmakers. At this point, it's not for him to hold on to the football. get that ball out fast. And if you look at all of these teams that's running these West Coast offenses, Green Bay, San Francisco 49ers, get the ball out quick. Get the ball out quick. That's what it's about. 3-step drops, 2-step drops, quick slants, quick screens. Get that ball out and let these players do what they do best. But with that being said, I think it was it you, man, Mike, that was going to say the player that you think will break out?
Forgot. Oh, yeah, yeah, I forgot what the hell I was. I'm up here reading the comments and I forgot what I'm gonna say John Kaminsky. He's going against interior guys, and we know that Chris Lindstrom is obviously one of the better ones. Like you said, that's what we want to. We want to see the best of the best, and a lot of teams, and this is why I like these matchups, because not only does it help the defenders, but it helps the inside guards, and we got guys that are special, like Grady Jarrett, Adrian. I was about to say Adrian Claiborne. Maybe we need to go out and sign him. Maybe that's something that's talking to me, but Aaron Donald. These guys are special in the inside, and they quick and they fast. So like having that, those guys going against each other right now, like he got the best of Chris Lindstrom, and we know Chris Lindstrom he's a very good. That dude get his hands on it, he gonna knock you, like he gonna knock the dog crap out of it. He's that powerful. That dude is something else. Like Chris Lindstrom ain't no joke, bro. Like he ain't no damn joke. And you just see what John Kaminsky did to him. I mean, he had the man on his knees, falling like he's doing like he was like a guitarist, like he's on the guitarist, like going like this. He was all on his knees like that. So when you talk about but that's it, man. Like I think John Kaminsky is going to surprise a lot of people and going to provide that depth that we need, not only as a in a 3-4, but you're going to see him play a lot of 4-3 in, and I think a lot of people not really expected anything from him. They're not expecting anything him, and I think he's going to be the guy that really steps up, because we kind of heard that Grady Jarrett last year. It's like he was really impressed with John Kaminsky. Now is Marlon Davidson, but that dude is John Kaminsky is going to be a pretty good player, a solid rotational player for us. So he's my guy. He
got deadly hands, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
They violent.
Yeah, that dude. Whew, he's nasty, and that's what actually beat Chris. It wasn't the fact that he was strong. It was just like he was off balance, and that handwork, bro. Like that's it. You get your handwork, take your behind to the Chuck Smith School of Pass Rushing. Like that, he gonna get you right. The hands make your defensive lineman. The hands make the defensive lineman. If you can't put your hand on defensive lineman, you out of luck. You out of luck anyway.
All right, K Styles. Who's gonna be that surprise player, either on the defense or the offense? Look, or special teams, because I know you love the special teams.
You know he's always. I know you knew him. You knew he was gonna say something like that.
I know I love special teams, but I'm going on the defensive side of the ball here, and I'm gonna say Taquan Graham.
He's a big guy. He's a big
big dude. But the thing about what I like about him is he knows how to work within tight spaces. That's his game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He like he's not explosive. Like you might not see much of him this year, but when you see him, you're gonna be like that. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like he likes to work in those tight spaces. Like he's basically like a space eater. He's not as big of a space eater.
He's a 3-4 in. That's what he is. He's a 3-4.
He's a 3-4 in. But the thing about it is, once he gets his hands on you, you either going to the ground or you ain't going nowhere. And this is where we talking about. This is where them linebackers are really going to eat this year, because you're going to have to need defensive linemen like that,
so they can scrape and get right to the play.
Yeah. So, like I said, you got John Kaminsky. Like I said, you say John Kaminsky, people say Marlon Davidson. People surprised I didn't go with AO. But I'm gonna say Taquan Graham, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I know what AO gonna do. I know what AO gonna do. But Taquan Graham is something about him that I see that is very interesting to me. This could be this could be the Jacob Tatui Mariner type of defensive end for this draft class. The guy you don't expect, but the guy that could put in that could do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one, K Styles. You took it right out of my mouth. I was thinking of Taquan Graham too, because he's a guy that I always forget about on this team. But when I seen that dude in pads, I was like, yeah, the way that he's built, and like you talking about him in tight spaces, like if you run him on a stunt, you know what I'm saying, up front, and we know that Dean Pease getting real exotic with his stunts and stuff like that, I could definitely see Taquan Graham being one of those guys because he has that short area quickness, kind of like a Grady Jarrett. So I think seeing him, Marlon Davidson, and having those rotational guys in the middle that can play like the 3 technique, he's a guy that you can move up and down the line. And he's a guy that I wasn't actually watching when I was doing my my breakdown as far as the draft. I was actually looking at his teammate, which was Joseph Osai, who was the outside pass rusher for them. And he was the guy right next to him doing work. And the guy who was doing the dirty work, as we talk about, he was the guy doing the dirty work. And we know we're missing those guys. At least the last couple years, we've been missing those guys that's not afraid to do the dirty work. And I really think that this year we got a lot of grimy guys on this defensive line, and that's what we've been missing. We've been missing those grimy guys, those guys that are blue collar players that's not afraid to get dirty. And I think that Taquan Graham is one of those guys. I keep forgetting about him, but I think when he gets out there, he's gonna make some noise. Him and John Kaminsky, because the way that John Kaminsky put those hands on Chris Lindstrom, he committed. He
needed to be arrested.
Yeah, he needed to be arrested. He committed a felony. The way he put his hands on that man like that, I was like, yeah, John Kaminsky is trying to prove something to this new coaching staff. You can put John Kaminsky on this butt. To me, who's probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive lineman we have, other than Jake Matthews. If you can do that to him, he really impressed me with the way that he was able to hold up in that one-on-one matchup, because John Kaminsky definitely got the better of him. But I do want to just jump in the chat real quick and just click on some of the ones that they said. They said Javian Hawkins. He's my dark horse on the offense. You guys know I love me some Javian Hawkins because if you look at his college tape, he was a guy that he's super explosive. He's a guy you just throw the ball out to him in space and he going to do the rest. That's going to be one of those plays where Matt Ryan throw him a 2-yard pass, but on the stat sheet, it show up as a 50-yard gain because he's one of those guys that he's that nasty. We got another super chat in the building. Got to do it. All right,
$1.99. Holla, holla, holla.
He says, I'm a Niners fan, but I enjoy the content, fellas. And we appreciate that. And like we say here at Atlanta Falcons Nation, hey, look, we talk football in general, not just Atlanta Falcons football, but
leave your comments. Leave your comments. If you want us to, talk about your team and what we think about it, leave X Matt Mike or X Jew, X K Styles, X Twisted. Like, just leave a comment. We will answer it.
Mm-hmm. And we know a whole lot about Kyle Shanahan. So if you want to drop something, trust me, we'll give you the, as Mike said, we'll give you the 411 if you want to know about Kyle Shanahan. We know everything about Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle's lucky because he has a defense over there.
Oh, yeah. The 49ers are serious over there on that defensive side of the ball. I mean, they serious, period. They just had injuries last year. But definitely, we appreciate you tuning in, Chad. Like I said, we just love talking football. So if you want to drop a question about your 49ers, we definitely will let you know, what's going on, what we feel about the 49ers. But like I said, we know a ton about Kyle Shanahan. He's somebody we talk to on talk about on the regular here on our channel.
Hold on.
From Rumbo Sports. Chad Garrison from Rumbo Sports. What's up, brother?
Most definitely. He a content creator? If you're a content creator, definitely let us know.
Yeah, man, let us. Yeah, we'd love to. Bring your behind on the show. We got heavy hitters. You can sit down on the floor with us and give your thoughts. on our team, and we can kind of give you the same, man. We'd love to collab with you.
Exactly.
Definitely.
In the chat, I seen somebody saying Richie Grant's gonna be that breakout player. Y'all know I love me some Richie Grant too. That's a good one as well. I think he might end up having more INTs than a guy like AJ Terrell because he's gonna be able to roam the field as a safety.
As a matter of fact, everybody right now, head to Rumbo Sports and subscribe. I'm right there right now. All right, head to Rumbo Sports and subscribe.
Most definitely, man. We appreciate
Tell them who sent you.
Yeah, man, we appreciate him showing love. And like I said, if you're a content creator, definitely drop it in the chat. We definitely shout you out because we all about showing love here at Atlanta Falcons Nation. And like I said, when one of us eat, we all eat. So we definitely appreciate. And if, like we said, if you talk not Atlanta Falcons, but you talk another team or you're a content creator for another team, especially if it's a team we faced this year, we definitely would love to have you on the show and talk, break it down with you and chop it up with you. So definitely let us know. But we appreciate you tuning in, Chad. And Rumble Sports, everybody go over to Rumble Sports, hit that like, subscribe button. He definitely is tuning in and showing love. And like I said, we love just talking football in general. But with that being said, I think it was a couple more I wanted to hit on. I think someone said Olamide Zaccheaus is a breakout player. Christian Blake. Both of those guys have been getting at it.
Damn weapons, man.
Yeah.
That ain't fair, Jesus.
Mike, I told you last week.
Hey, I'm about to say there's one name in their chat that I really do like too, and hopefully he does make the team, and he shares my last name, and that's Mr. Errol Thompson.
Yeah.
Like I told you, he is the Chris Draft of this damn defense. He could be the Chris Draft of this defense.
Hey, I hope he get on the roster. He's a linebacker, though, correct, K Styles?
Basically, he's a heat-seeking missile at that linebacker spot. So like I said, if you play him at middle linebacker on a couple snaps, he is the dirty work guy.
Yeah, if I'm Errol, what's his first and last name? Errol Thompson.
Yeah.
Errol Thompson, if I'm Errol Thompson, I'll be showing out in preseason on special teams. If he want to make this roster, that's where he gonna have to do most of his work to get on this roster because we so super stacked at the linebacker position. But if he's one of those guys on special teams, is the first one down the field making tackles, he can be a lot like I'm trying to think of the guy name we had. We brought him back last season.
Lofton?
Not Curtis Lofton, but I actually went to high school with the guy. It's a shame I can't think of his name at the moment, but he was on our Super Bowl team. He wore number 59. I forget his name.
Leroy Reynolds.
Yeah, Leroy Reynolds. There you go, Leroy Reynolds. Yeah, he's a guy that was
my homie.
Yeah, I actually went to high school with him, but he's a guy that was one of the foundational guys on the special teams. Like we had him in 2016. He was great on special teams. They brought him back last season. But I can see Errol Thompson being one of those guys. If he can, solidify a spot on special teams, that's the way that he can sneak onto the roster. But as far as like just being a linebacker, we're so loaded at linebacker. It's good to have depth, though. So you never know. He might creep on this team or maybe even on the practice squad. But he definitely going to have to show out on special teams if he want to make the roster or show out in the preseason. That's the only way I see him making a roster. But I hear that he got some skills. So I hope to see what he can do. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he kind of straight.
He's seeking.
Yeah, I see it right here. Isaac brought him up, so we appreciate you shouting him out, Isaac. And I definitely got to go watch some tape on him to see what he, because I don't know a whole lot about him. But if he's a guy that can definitely make that special teams and be that heat-seeking missile that K Styles was talking about, we definitely can use some of those on the roster, especially in goal line situations. Especially in the goal line.
See, the only reason why I say that is because when we was doing the draft and they was asking the questions on who to look at, he was actually the first person I did.
Okay, got you.
So if y'all haven't seen that, y'all can see my Errol Thompson video on the Just K Style channel. Yes, he is a heat-seeking missile. I'm just going to say that now.
There you go. Tony Wright says Thompson will make the team as a backup inside linebacker. He's number 53. So I appreciate you putting that. And I see someone saying Caleb Huntley. I believe he's one of the backup running backs for this roster. I don't know if he'll make the roster because we're loaded at running back too, but he could possibly be one of those guys that's a practice squad type player. but I seen him get a couple snaps in. I think he went like number 42 or something like that. But I think he's a guy that she's been getting some snaps over in camp as well. But I don't know about him making the roster. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in tonight. I appreciate my AFN crew, you guys joining me tonight. If you guys want any quick parting words, I'll give you guys the floor real quick so you guys can go ahead and plug what you want to plug and give your quick shout outs. So I'll give you guys the floor. If you want to start Twisted, we'll go Twisted, Mad Mike, and then K Styles like we've been doing it all night. But I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Go ahead, Twisted.
Hey man, I appreciate everybody joining us tonight, man. I appreciate you for hitting us up, asking us to join the show. I always love talking football with these three gentlemen, so make sure y'all check out their content personally and on AFN. We do good collabs together and we do solo joints. They're epic as well. Mad Mike snapped earlier today. K-Style snapped on Monday. Juice snapped on Tuesday. So it's a movie. Like I keep telling y'all, man. Hey, the season has begun. The season has begun. No more of that what if the players are ready to play and I'm ready to watch and enjoy it. So make sure y'all stay locked into the content because we're going to keep getting y'all great heat on the way. I promise y'all. Subscribe to Twisted Torch TV and everybody on the panel. I appreciate y'all one more time.
No doubt. Mad Mike Sports.
I'm gonna just proclaim. I'm gonna make a proclamation right now, and it might not sit well with a lot of people, but I don't really care. I'm great. Yeah, I'm great. I'm Kobe Bryant. I'm Michael Jordan. Hell, I'm the greatest defensive center fielder in the history of the game. I'm Andrew Jones, baby. I'm Michael Vick. I'm the greatest running quarterback of all time. I'm all that. All right. But I wouldn't be nothing without you guys. I'll be nothing without the Atlanta Falcons nation. I would be nothing without you guys, and I will be nothing without God himself. He's revealed himself time and time again, over and over again. All right. When you do good things, when you keep him first, and when you always be positive and be willing to help people, anything can happen for you. You guys are great. I am great. Believe that. Believe in yourself. You know how Trey Young always say, another day, another opportunity. Believe in yourself and work hard. And I guarantee you two can be here, right here with Mad Mike Sports. In fact, we got opportunities for you to even be here. We offer the flow for you guys to come on Friday night madness where you can be heard. We have an internship, of writers. If you want to become a writer for Atlanta Falcons Nation, Mad Mike Sports. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I still got the Popeyes. I haven't finished it yet. I still got the Popeyes chicken, okay? I still got it. I'm about to go eat some more if it ain't all gone. But hey, man, it's all love.
Mike can't sing. See, that's a K-Style thing.
Go ahead, K-Style. Kick it for me. Kick it for me.
Ooh, baby, I got Popeyes.
Oh, y'all need help.
Ooh, boy. Them motherfuckers had me singing that thing all after that first game. They had me singing that thing every week.
Okay, Styles, it's on you, bro.
All right, man. We gotta appreciate you for letting us get on his platform. Like I said, chop it up with him. Like I said, appreciate Twisted Torch. Happy belated, by the way, man. If I hadn't told you already. Yeah.
Everybody did.
Okay. Be the boy talking about thanks, K-Style. He sitting there busting out laughing right now. But like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Like I said, it just means that football season is upon us. And we got the 6-man convo coming up tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but like I said, y'all just be on the lookout for that. Y'all gonna see the title, and y'all might like it. And like you said, just continue to support everybody here, Atlanta Falcon Nation. Mad Mike Sports, Twisted Torch TV, Jew Talk Sports, Miss Maggie T, J Rock on the Twitch side of the game. That's it. We trying to do things around here, man. And like I said, Atlanta Falcon Nation would
Miss
be
Maggie,
nothing without
she's
the people
live
that
right
watch.
now. Excuse me. Miss Maggie, she's live right now. So go help her. It's all about mental health awareness. Check her out. Her channel, man. Like I said, everybody's just trying to make an impact in a positive way. Okay. I don't care about what happened in the past. I don't care nothing about that. It's all about positivity and really just forgetting and forgiving nonsense. All right. Everybody make mistakes. All right. Everybody gonna make mistakes. Y'all see me cuss every day. I'm still a work in progress. So you guys, look, man, it's all love, man. Everybody gonna mess up. Y'all gonna say something crazy. You're gonna do something crazy, but it's all about forgiveness and positivity. We stay together, we can make anything, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make history. Atlanta Falcons Nation trying to make history and bring this city and this state and the South. All right, the South got something to say. How about that? The South got something to say. God damn it!
Damn it. And one more thing, this is to Sharif Cooper. If anybody here know Sharif Cooper or tag him, you can cut this part. Stay your ass. You better make sure Bernice Burgos don't get to your ass because she trying to get you, bro. Keep her away. For the love of God. She trying to Kardashian your ass. Stay away from this rookie. Please.
With that being said, fellas, I didn't mean to cut you off, K Styles. But with that being said,
I was laughing.
Man, I appreciate you boys joining me tonight as always. Like I said, chopping it up, talking some Atlanta Falcons football. We'll see you guys. I believe next week. I believe this will be the last kicking it. Actually, I'm about to say kicking it with K Styles. It's gonna be the last. What's the word? Dirty Bird episode for a little while. So we're going to be starting up our shows because the season is upon us. So the heavy hitters, I believe it's going to be on Tuesday nights again, if I'm saying that correctly. Yes. So we're going to be moving it to Tuesday nights. I'll have something special for you guys, though. Getting ready for the season. I've already linked up with an Eagles YouTuber, and we'll be doing. Yeah, I've linked up with an Eagles YouTuber, and we're going to be doing week 1 closer to the season. So I don't know if that'll be what's the word, Dirty Bird. They might just join us on our platform for the heavy hitters. But I definitely has already set it up with one of the Eagles YouTubers where we're going to week 1 break down the first game of the season. But I'm looking forward to these preseason games. Like I said, as always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace and love. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. And with that being said, make sure y'all join my boy K Styles tomorrow for the 6-man combo. With that being said, what we say around here, you don't got to go home,
but you got to get there.
But before you get the hell out of here, we always say AFN is here to stay. We not here to play. We here to stay.